If I had to lose 86 pounds all over again, would I do it the same way? Absolutely not. Or as my grandson would say, absolutely not. And today I'm going to save you time and effort. I'm going to show you the 15 foods that I would start off with day one to help me lose that weight. These aren't weird diet foods either. These are foods that are going to help you stay full, stick to your diet, and lose the weight. So let's get started. So the first food isn't one particular food at all. It's actually a category, and that is protein. I would start off making sure that I get an adequate amount of protein at every single meal. Not only does protein help you lose weight, I think the biggest thing protein does is that it fills you up. It makes you feel fuller and it helps you get to your next meal or whatever you're trying to do longer. So make sure you get adequate protein. Now, some of the best protein that I have is the way of chicken. I love to have air fried chicken. I have some really good recipes from Trim Healthy Mama. If you want to check those out, at the end of the video, I'm going to list all the Trim Healthy Mama recipes that I put online. One of them I thought was my favorite way to air fry is with their nacho cheese seasoning. It's really, really good. And you can eat those in the way of tacos, chicken bowls, if you want to have a chicken sandwich, casseroles. There's 101 ways to make chicken. So give chicken a try. If you're not a chicken fan, maybe beef or something like that, a lean fish. But protein is number one, and I really like sticking to the lean meats. The second food that I would eat is eggs. Now, I eat eggs every day now, and there's very rarely a time you would go in my refrigerator and see that I don't have eggs in there. I'm not a huge boiled egg fan unless I make it into egg salad, but really I love eggs. I have them almost every morning. I take a little bit of butter, a little bit of onion, just kind of fry those up a little, just put my eggs in there and have that with some berries, maybe a little bit of cottage cheese. Perfect breakfast. And it keeps me full till noon. So eggs, that's number 2 on my list. Number 3 on my list is Greek yogurt. Now, I've always been a huge yogurt fan, but I've found that there's a lot of yogurts that really are not something you should be eating every day. There's a lot of yogurts that are filled with sugar and empty calories. One of my favorite yogurts is Oikos Triple 13 yogurt. You have a lot of protein in it. It's low calorie, low carb, low fat, the whole thing. It is just a wonderful, wonderful Greek yogurt. It comes in all different kinds of flavors. Whatever you like, probably they have it. And oftentimes I pair that with strawberries or blueberries, something like that. And I love having yogurt bowl. I love using yogurt as a topping for maybe a protein waffle or different kind of foods like that. So yogurt, Greek yogurt is number 3, and I really opt for the Oikos Triple 13. Number 4 on my list is cottage cheese. Now, I make a lot of things from cottage cheese. I mean, cottage cheese doesn't have to be plain old lump of cottage cheese anymore. I have it as desserts. I put it in casseroles. I use it in all kinds of things. And if you look at any of my recipes from the last couple of years since I've been losing weight, a lot of those include cottage cheese. Now, I opt for the fat-free cottage cheese, and I realize I can just eat a little bit more of it. I can't tell the difference between that and regular cottage cheese, to be honest. And most of the time, I have it with Jello, some sugar-free Jello. I'll have it with some fruit, maybe some strawberries or blueberries. You can put a little small amount of granola on top of it if you prefer. But I really love cottage cheese. Now, the other thing I do is that I put it through a food processor. I use it to add to casseroles. I put it into my Ninja Creamies to make ice cream. I mean, that's the new ice cream, is cottage cheese. So if you haven't tried it, look up some recipes and feel free to look through my channel and find different cottage cheese recipes because I eat a lot of cottage cheese. Number 5 on my list is lean ground beef and turkey. Now, I kind of touched on that on the protein, but I was really talking more about chicken. I do eat a lot of ground beef and ground turkey. I don't eat so much the sliced turkey, but they have all kinds of turkey that you can get. Deli turkey, it's also really good. You can make a lot of recipes with, but I love ground turkey and ground beef. Now, ground turkey, I'll be honest, I prefer ground beef over ground turkey. I try to get the lean, whatever I'm getting. And if you can get organic, even better. But if I do the turkey, I'll be honest, I usually put like a taco seasoning in it or, you know, bell peppers and onions. I try to doctor it up a little because it is still ground turkey. But you know, doctor it up, you're gonna have some really delicious dinners, lunches, snacks, what have you. And it's a really good source of protein. Number 6 on my list is potatoes. Now, I know you're probably falling off your chair right now going, what? You eat potatoes on your diet? Well, I'll be honest, I don't really eat a lot of potatoes, but I eat a lot of sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. And my favorite way to eat them is sweet potato fries. They're so easy. If you don't have a fry cutter, don't worry about it. Just take a knife and cut it into French fry type slices. I just spray it with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of seasonings, whatever it is you like, and I just stick them in the air fryer. Those are so good. Pair them with some sugar-free ketchup or, you know, maybe some of the ranch yogurt dip, something like that. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And really filling, and it's really good for you. Sweet potatoes are amazing for you. If you opt for potatoes, just make sure you look at the portion size and watch the calories on that because, you know, you don't want to kind of defeat the purpose, but you can have potatoes. Number 7 on my list is frozen vegetables. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. This is just a little tip from Homestead Patch. Convenience is one of the big things that helps you stay on your diet. That's the truth. If you can make your meals convenient, you have a much higher chance of staying on your diet. So I opt for frozen vegetables. Now, obviously, I love fresh vegetables as well. But currently, I'm living in an apartment because I'm waiting to make my big move to Idaho in the next month or two. So I really don't have access to a lot of fresh vegetables or room to store everything here like I had in my other house. So I eat a lot of frozen vegetables, and I'll be honest with you, it's been wonderful. It's so fast, so easy, so convenient, and they make it so simple now. You could throw it in your microwave and they're completely steamable. So make your life simple. Eat the frozen veggies. So 8 on my list is berries. Now, berries are so good for you. They're filled with all kinds of good things to help you lose weight and not pack on the pounds. And if I'm opting to have fruit, now you have a lot of options out there. There's a lot of different kinds of fruit. Of course, you can have any kind of fruit you want, but you can have more berries. They're really good for you. I always have a big container of strawberries in my refrigerator. I love blackberries. I actually get them when they're on sale and I freeze them. They freeze wonderfully, just like they are. Raspberries, blueberries, they're all super good for you. Number 9 on my list is apples. Now, I can't eat big, gigantic apples several times a day. But I'll tell you what, I love apples. And one of my favorite apples is that Cosmic Crisp. What I do is I buy them in the bag because they're a little bit smaller. If you get them in the grocery store, I don't know how they get them so big, but they're like a watermelon. So I get the smaller bag of Cosmic Crisp apples. I slice them super thin. I mean like paper thin. So it looks like I have 100 pieces of apple. And then I put a little bit of tahini on them. If you've never had tahini, it's kind of a chili, salty flavor. It is just so good. It makes my mouth water just thinking about it. But I sprinkle my apple with tahini, and a lot of times that's the snack I have. I love apples. So don't give up apples if that's a fruit that you really love. You can have them, maybe 3 a week, what have you. Just make sure you have portion control. Look for a smaller apple. Try the Cosmic Crisp if you haven't had it. It is a good apple. Number 10 on my list is popcorn. Now, I need say no more. I love popcorn. I'm an addict. I absolutely love it. In fact, I had it last night. My husband and I had it while we watched a show. And there's all kinds of great air poppers out there right now. I'm going to link the one that I have. It's a air popper. It's a personal one, so it's just enough for one person. You air pop your popcorn. They have the spray butter now. You can spray on your popcorn, a little bit of salt. It's delicious. So you can have, I think on Trim Healthy Mama, you can have 3 cups of popcorn a night. So yeah. Number 11 on my list is something I love, and I've figured out a lot of different ways to make them, and that is high protein, low calorie wraps. Now, we are living in an age where there's a lot of benefits to living in this day and age. Now, I know people will focus on the negative, but one of the biggest is all the different kinds of foods that they have out there now that really help us with our dieting. And one of those is tortillas. I love tortillas. I eat them, I won't say every day because I don't, but I eat them several times a week. And I go for either the Mission Zero Carb or the low carb tortilla. The low carb is great because it has carbs in it, but it's super high in fiber. So you may only have like 2 net carbs for a big old tortilla. And you can't eat tons of them because they do still have calories, but they're good fiber. They're really delicious. You can make so many things with them. For breakfast, sometimes I'll make like an egg wrap and I'll have that with some hot sauce on it. For lunch, I can make different kinds of wraps with, lean turkey, lean beef, you can make burritos, you can make all kinds of stuff. That lean turkey that you've mixed up with the bell peppers and the taco seasoning, what a great burrito. But my favorite way is the new way that I learned how to make them a couple days ago, and that is an apple pie. Trim Healthy Mama is kind of a version of their apple pie fried in a tortilla. It was heavenly. And I'll tell you what, it's my new favorite from Trim Healthy Mama. I'm gonna link that video above if anyone's interested in watching it. This is the snack you're gonna have. If you like apple pie, you are going to love this. So, tortillas. Oh, we were talking about wraps. Okay, that's a wrap. So number 12 on my list are protein bars. Now, I'm not somebody that eats a ton of protein bars. I really don't. I would rather eat food than a protein bar, but I think there's times you need to have things on hand when there's an emergency. You've just got to have something. You've got to have something that's got some kind of chocolatey taste in it. You've got to have something that, maybe you've skipped a meal or what have you, and you don't want to go grab a burger. Keep some protein bars on hand. Just make sure that they're low in calories as you can get, high in protein, and try to watch the carbs on them, and you'll be just fine. Number 13 on my list is a protein you love. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that is. It has to be something that you love. For me, that's shrimp. That's salmon. That's rotisserie chicken. It's kind of a treat protein. Don't give up the protein that you love. If you really like those types of proteins, figure out how to get them into your weekly menu. Number 14 is a easy, convenient, healthy meal. Now this sounds kind of funny, but I'll be honest with you. I keep frozen healthy meals in the freezer, things that I've made myself that I'll put into a prep container and freeze them. I keep frozen meals from the grocery store as a last minute, just so I'm not running up and buying things real quickly at the store. I buy prepackaged salads that I can throw some rotisserie chicken on. I always have emergency meals now, even if it's just a can of tuna or a can of smoked salmon, something like that. I always have stuff on hand. I found, for me personally, if I don't have those things and I'm tired and I don't want to cook or whatever the situation, maybe I've got a headache or something, I have to have healthy meals that are available that I can make in 5 minutes so I don't go off my diet. Now, I don't know if that's a problem for you. It's not a problem for me anymore because I mitigate it by always having stuff on hand. So think of things that you can do that are healthy options that are super fast and really convenient. And number 15 on my list is the surprise, and that is chocolate. I don't give up chocolate. I love chocolate. In fact, my middle name is Reese's. I love chocolate. I love peanut butter too, but I really love chocolate. So I found a way that I can have dark chocolate occasionally. I can make my own chocolate ice cream out of cottage cheese and unsweetened cocoa powder, monk fruit sweetener, maybe some chocolate protein powder. Whatever it is that you can figure out a way to do that, even some sugar-free chocolate pudding is a great option when you need a chocolate fix. So for me, that's chocolate. For you, it might be something else. Figure out how to do this so that you can make your diet sustainable, you can make the weight loss sustainable, and something that you can do long term. So here's what I learned about losing 86 pounds. Protein keeps me satisfied. Volume helps keep me full. Convenience keeps me from making bad choices. Foods that I actually love help make my diet sustainable. And I don't have to be perfect, I just have to be consistent. Now I want to know what you would put in your grocery cart. What is it that you would do different to make your diet sustainable? I'd really like to know. Thanks for joining me today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.